do you price a home? Are you thinking about listing your home for sale? Maybe your home's currently for sale, but you're not getting any offers. Or was your home for sale, but you pulled it off the market in order to figure some things out and try again later? Well, I can tell you a couple of things right off the bat. Your home's price is not what it's worth on Zillow. It's not what you need to net in order to buy your next home, and it's not even what the neighbor's house sold for. Hi, Emily Farber here, your favorite Iowa YouTubing realtor. I have videos all about real estate and Iowa, so if either or both of those things interest you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out. Today I'm talking about a couple of real estate pricing strategies based on data, buyer behavior, and your goals. Look, unfortunately, a lot of agents don't have pricing strategy, so choose your agent wisely. Instead, many agents lean into the number that you want to hear in order to get you to choose them from the crowd of real estate agents, because Lord knows there's enough of us around. Then they list the property for sale so they can feel like a big deal, and then they just hope for the best. I'm telling you the truth, and this is showing up in the data of the soft market that we're all living in right now. According to Realtor.com, delistings, which is just a fancy way of saying a homeowner canceling their listing, surged 47% in May of 2025 as compared to the last year. Now that means homeowners across the country are pulling their homes off the market in frustration. Many of them after weeks and weeks of no showings, no offers, or disappointing price reductions. Talk about a defeating experience. Sellers are finding themselves stuck with outdated price expectations and no price strategy while the market has already moved on. Look, none of us, agents or sellers, gets to make or control the market we're working in. Forces beyond our control, yada yada and all that. What you can do is be smart about the market. Being delusional, well, that gets you nowhere. There's a quote I recently read from Danielle Hale, the chief economist at Realtor.com, that I thought was really interesting. She said, "This year's market is a study of contrasts. Buyers are seeing more choices than they've had in years, but many sellers, anchored by peak price expectations and upheld by strong equity positions, are deciding to step back if they don't get their number." Now, if you've ever thought, it's okay, I'll just wait for the right buyer, or maybe I'll try again next spring, you're not alone. But before you list or relist your home, there's one thing you have to understand. You need a plan. And that plan starts with basic understanding of the 3 pricing strategies every seller needs to know. The first is aspirational pricing. This strategy is exactly what it sounds like. Pricing high in hopes that the right buyer comes along. You want a pie in the sky, baby. That's a bold move, and it only works in certain conditions. Usually when there are no solid comparable sales, comps, or the demand is red hot. This strategy might make sense for you if you've got a one-of-a-kind property with no true comps, or if market conditions are so hot that buyers are just snapping up homes like crazy. You also need to not be in a rush to sell. You should also have a plan B in place. Now, here's the risks of aspirational pricing. Without a strong marketing strategy, it can backfire. It shrinks your buyer pool and it sets you up for appraisal problems if your future buyer is using financing. It can lead to more days on market, and it might end up with you doing price reductions, which puts you in a defensive position of chasing the market downward. Nationally, 20.6% of homes listed took price reductions in June of 2025. That's an increase over last year, and it's the highest percentage listed in Realtor.com data going back to at least 2016. Okay, strategy number 2 is comp-based pricing. This strategy is the gold standard and the most common strategy. It's one that I use all the time. It's based on recent sales of similar homes known as comps. This is very similar to how an appraiser would determine the value of your home. This strategy protects you from overpricing, and it helps your home show up in buyer searches, which is where it matters the most. Because if your home is not being put in front of buyers shopping in a particular budget, It's like you're standing in a stadium looking for fans. Good luck with that. This strategy makes sense when you are in a neighborhood with recent relevant sales. It makes sense when you want to attract serious buyers quickly and when you want buyers to perceive your home as realistically and appropriately priced. It works when you're motivated to sell within a specific timeline. And here's what a lot of sellers don't realize about this strategy. Yes, you still have room for flexibility. It's not just one price, it's a range. In that range, we have the high side of comps, which maximize your value if demand is strong. We've got the mid-range comps, which provide the greatest balance, visibility, and price. And we have the low side of comps, which win attention from a crowded market and reflect possible issues your home might have. Maybe you've got some deferred maintenance, maybe you've got a strong pet odor, or maybe there's something else going on that makes your home not quite stack up to the comps. Like, for instance, your backyard goes up to a busy road. The third strategy is event-like pricing. We're talking a flash sale, a door buster. This strategy is designed to create urgency and drive competition by pricing below the comps. The goal is to attract as many buyers as possible, as fast, and ignite their sense of urgency and competition. When might this strategy make sense? Well, how about you are listing in an off season when there's not that many buyers out and you need to catch all of their eyes? Or you want to sell quickly? Or you want to spark a bidding war in order to hopefully see all those attractive offer terms beyond just the price? Or maybe you're targeting first-time buyers, investors, and flippers. Why does it work? Because buyers are drawn to deals, and when they see value, they act. Homes priced with this strategy often generate more tours, more offers, and ultimately a stronger negotiation position for you. Look, I know it's scary to price below the number that you actually want, but risk comes with reward. And if you don't hit a number that is acceptable to you, you don't have to accept any offers. Remember, a pricing strategy isn't just a number, it's a whole plan. Your pricing strategy needs to be paired with a marketing strategy, which is more than just photos and getting listed on the MLS. You need a timeline strategy, which is based upon your move-out goals. And you need a plan B in case the market shifts or your plans change. All of this empowers you to make the best decisions, and that comes from having the right information up front. Do you want to talk to me about real estate in the greater Iowa City area? I love to chat with people who have found me on YouTube. You can find all of my contact information down below in the description box of this video. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.